Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I hope everybody is really doing well. So, first of all, sincere apologies for not taking stream yesterday or couldn't update it because of an emergency health issue I faced, and now I'm pretty much good. Took us, it's not that serious, but I thought it was. But fine, everything is good. Everything is well now. Yesterday I mentioned that in the morning that I will give some trades based on BTC, flip the EMA 200 daily, and we will buy the EMA 200 daily retest, and that's exactly what happened with the BTC. It tested the EMA 200, but the only problem was I couldn't give because I had an emergency situation, so I couldn't post it. But for those who did it, who took it, amazing. You should be holding your trades with stops at break even, ladies and gentlemen, and you should just hold it. So what is next for the Bitcoin? So before we go down to the low-term time frame, for high-term time frame, the plan is still same. We only have two cases, the bear case and the bull case. So first I would just like to discuss the bear case scenario for the Bitcoin. The bear case scenario for the Bitcoin is that we were never in the bear market, guys. This is just a bigger accumulation pattern that's happening in the between or in the middle of a bull run that started or that began from 2018. So that's like a bull run, and it's an accumulation phase that's happening, and later on continuation is going to happen for Bitcoin. I mean, that's a very good and interesting pattern. That's my favorite pattern, if you really ask me. So after you see a big impulsive move from 3,000 to $69,000 for Bitcoin, almost close to 20x gains, or I would say almost close to 22 to 23x gains on Bitcoin. You really need a little bit more accumulation like this so that we can further continue on an upside, and that's exactly what I think that this bear case scenario is a very valid scenario, honestly speaking, unless they're not necessarily that this leg which might happen in the coming months, not necessarily that we should be sweeping this lows of $15,000. It can be a truncation as well. It can be irregular expanded flat as well. This is wave A, this is wave B over here, and we can just go for wave C. Not necessarily we should be sweeping under 15,000, and I'm not gonna be the one who's gonna wait for the sweep of 15,000. If Bitcoin gives us 19,000 to 18,000 back again, I think best would be to buy just spot bags, accumulate it, and in case if it goes under 15k, best is to you can simply build the coin margin contracts on BTC, which is available on Binance as well as Bybit, as well as my preferred exchange is Bybit for now, as well as you can do it on Bitfinex as well. That's where I trade as well. So these are the three exchanges. For Bitfinex, you really need to do the KYC before you go. But Bybit is my favorite exchange, which I trade actually, guys. So that's the plan. And for a hard time frame, people think that we were in the bear market. No, this wasn't the bear market. This was simply a rejection that happened in the bull run of 69k, and we were just accumulating. The rally that we got so far since 2022 lows was that was like a second part of this whole accumulation phase actually. If you remember, Solana faced a very similar accumulation before breaking on an upside. So let me just show you that chart as well, so that we both can correlate Solana as well as Bitcoin. If you look at the daily chart on the Solana, guys, that's exactly what even Solana did in the bull run. So let me show you, because whenever we go for whenever the price go for like a big run, it goes for an accumulation. So for example, if you see, we got a move on the downside, we got a big leg on an upside, a little bit more sideways accumulation for sweeping the highs, and then later continuation on an upside like this. It's a very simple pattern. It's known as a continuation pattern. Basically, we were never in the bear market for Bitcoin. It's all the bull run. We are literally in the between, in midst of a bull run. There is no bear market. Even if Bitcoin goes to 15,000, there is no bear market. Is in the middle of bull run. Your bear market will start only once we start losing a $10,400 levels. That's where your bear market kicks in. That's where you can go literally down to $3,000. But hey, that's not coming. That's really not coming unless some big catalyst happens. But for now, you can literally forget 15k, you can literally forget 10k. But that's the plan. What I'm trying to tell you is we were never in the bear market. This is whole bull run happening, guys. We are just in a continuation, or I would say an accumulation phase in a bull run. Practically your bull run began in 2018, you ran up. Now we are in accumulation phase because we want to pump it up to $500,000 Bitcoin. And that to reaching $500,000, yes, you need a bigger accumulation, a strong hands who can literally hold. Even if you go to $500,000, you want them to hold, which means that you don't need much retailers in the market. You need much of a bigger investors who just don't care, who just don't give a fuck about Bitcoin going to $500,000, who just want to hold it, who have a strong hands. You need government on, because right now what's happening is there has been talk that BTC will be adopted as a treasury in US as respect to gold, but there's also a point that BTC in no way is going to go or break gold market cap in just one go. No, I don't think so. It needs a little bit more accumulation, more maturity. It needs a little bit more time, but then when it breaks out, it's going to be very wild. It's going to be very hot, guys. So that's one point. So that's our bear market. Okay, this is the bear case scenario for the Bitcoin, which also have a little bit accumulation from week off perspective. So that's a week off perspective. You see like an accumulation, we go for a pump up to $240 to $300,000 and then maybe dump towards $15,000. So that's perfectly goes with my bear case scenario. Let's talk about the bull case, which is my favorite. I really want, but I really don't want this to happen at this point. But why? Because I've sold all my BTC. I sold 70,400. I don't have any BTC at this point. I would say 98% I am in USDT. The 2% I have some spot backs for like DOT, LDO. I'm building a little bit, waves, underwater. So that's what I have. 97% I have approx 97 point something. So basically, I still have funds to go in, but this is my least favorite scenario at this point, but also one of the, I would say, scenarios that everybody expects. Everybody wants Bitcoin to go to $300,000. Very common target. Everybody expects BTC to go to $130,000 to $170,000. That's what everyone in the market expects at this point. We have bullishness. We have, a lot of market makers coming in, new investors coming in through Bybit or through BlackRock, through Fidelity. So a lot of new investors are coming in, especially Coinbase becoming one of the major, I would say crypto holders, as well as you can also say that a lot of people are buying literally or trading via Coinbase. So custodians, one of the biggest custodians you can say as well. So I think a little bit more accumulation than we anticipate. If BTC plays out the bear plan, as I mentioned, that accumulation is going to be so good, and you can literally say that BTC is going to 400,000 very easily, very quickly, because of the a lot of people have big investors have accumulated very heavily on the Bitcoin. But this is also one of the bull case scenario that we have, and the invalidation for this bull case scenario is 44,188. Earlier it was 49,400, which we already tested those levels, but we still can go a little bit more down to 44,000, which is fine. But I don't want, in any case we go even a week, I don't want it to go under $44,000. And the worst case, if it goes to 40,000, that's it. This whole bull case scenario is out of the game. If we dump to 40,000, khalas, this scenario is gone. Is completely gone. Which means that the top is in, and whatever the dump that we have seen so far is some sort of a 1-2 case, and we would be straight away going for 19,000, maybe even $15,000. But 19,000 would be my personal levels or target for Bitcoin. at that point of time. But for now, this is valid. Why? Because we are above 44,000. We never went to 44,000. We never wigged under 44. We never even went to $40,000. So this is a very, very valid one, which we should be keeping in mind. The only problem with this scenario is I don't know how it's going to play out. What is going to take to for BTC to play this way? Why? Because the USD dominance is screaming literally to me that I am bottom. I can't go further down. I mean, that's what it tells me. So this is the reason this scenario makes a little bit more I would say not high probable scenario, but a little bit more less probable scenario for this whole plan that we have on the hard-term time frame. Also, this is what I have for a Bitcoin on for bull case scenario and bear case scenario. One thing is, in both those cases, we expect Bitcoin to go to $400,000. It's just for bull run, for bull case scenario, we can expect Bitcoin to do it in 2025. Somewhere in 2025 we can expect 400,000. In bear case scenario, we can still expect Bitcoin to do the 400,000, but not in 2025, somewhere around 2026 to 2028, maybe 2026 2027, somewhere around this, what we can expect Bitcoin to do. So practically speaking, guys, both the scenarios, hard-term time frame, the next 3 years down the line, both are bullish, and you can easily expect BTC to reach around 500,000. Not exactly 500,000, but very close to those levels. Maybe plus minus 50k at that point of time, because don't matter, 10% don't matter at that point of time. So yeah, that's what I expect, guys. In next 3 years, if you are an investor, if you have bought BTC around 15,000 or 16,800, then you should definitely be holding it for. You should forget about it for next 2 to 3 years, and you are going to make a hell lot of money. But if you're a trader or a position trader or a day trader, then definitely, I mean, as I mentioned, I have sold, because I'm a big position trader actually. So I have sold my BTC from 16,800 at 70,400. And now I'm simply going to wait for a little bit more accumulation, more some sort of I would say confirmation, so that I can get more BTC and I can go more in. Okay, so that's what we have for the hard-term time frame. Let's talk about what we can expect on the low-term time frame for Bitcoin. Recently, I would say half an hour back, I gave a trade on BTC with the market at 60,845. and weekend DCA is 60,550 because I wanted to give BTC trade yesterday as well, but as I mentioned that I had some emergency, I was not available because of some health issues, so I couldn't give it. But for those who took it at the retest of EMA 200 on the daily, which is a good one, so there are two plans on the midterm time frame. Do not mix our lower term time frame with the hard term time frame. It has nothing to do with the hard term time frame. Okay, so for the lower term time frame, first of all, let's discuss the bear case scenario. The bear case scenario for Bitcoin on the lower term time frame would be this. So practically speaking, this whole structure is A, this is irregular expanded flat B, this is wave 1 that we got, and the move that we have got so far is wave A, B, and now we are in the wave C. One more push up to 702 Fibonacci levels of 63,771. This scenario will be invalidated once BTC flips $64,000, practically these levels. Once we flip 64,000 on the daily, Khalas, bottom is in. Even though I would say we already got one confirmation that the bottom might be in, because we have reclaimed EMA 200 on the daily. So practically speaking, we can literally look for a continuation on an upside for Bitcoin. Basically, you really don't have to, something like this is going to be the bull case scenario. But as I mentioned, 64k is going to be the invalidation for this bear case scenario, and hence that's why the trade I gave was a very high risk trade for spot. I'm just playing spot at this moment, and no leverage for Bitcoin, but my risk is managed, guys. And I think even this scenario is very valid, only and only because I think this scenario is valid because of the USDT dominance. Because if you see here the USDT dominance, ladies and gentlemen, the USDT dominance practically, what it did was A, B, and then you got 1, 2. You got to move on and upside for wave 3, but you never got wave 5. So I think, we are still in a wave 4. If we can hold 5.24, 5.25%, I think, we can still go up upside like this, something like this, like a chop, a little bit tree drive pattern, and then we can dump like this. So even that is the reason, my primary case for now for Bitcoin is going to be this the bear case scenario is my primary case for Bitcoin and the overall market. So whatever you're gonna play is a scalp, guys. If it hit my take profit target, TP1 is very easy. It should hit by around 63.1, 63.2, and even 63.3 it should hit for the wave 5. So practically that way I'm gonna exit 50%, and in case if it flips 64, I'm just gonna re-add whatever the take profits I took, so that I can have a good position. I can let it run to $76,000 to $79,000. So that's my bad case scenario on the lower time frame for Bitcoin. The invalidation of this is $64,000. Let's talk about the bull case scenario, guys. Both the scenarios have same thing. It's just that the earlier scenario that we talked, in which the wave C is not in, the wave C needs to be like at 5 waves, which I'm failing to see. And hence the earlier scenario, the bear case scenario that we discussed, means that we still have 5 waves on the downside pending. Wave 3 and wave 5 is missing, meaning that we can have a little bit more downside, and then we can look for a run up for an upside like this. We can just have push up like this and then further dump. So we can still expect those sort of a move on Bitcoin. That's the bear case scenario. The bull case, as I mentioned, we are already bottomed, and even if we are bottom, we still might see a rejection from $64,000. That is going to finish wave 1, because if you look at the 4 hours time frame over here on BTC, the wave counts a little bit off, but what you can say that this was wave 1, this is 2, that is your wave 3 over here. At this point, you're gonna see a little bit more downside for the wave 4, and then one more push up for the wave 5 towards $64,000, and after that a little bit more accumulation happens for wave 2. Remember, wave 2 is not gonna go under 0.382. maybe a week is fine, but it's not gonna close under 0.382. In any case, everybody would be expecting wave 2 to be a little deeper, but no, we're just gonna form an accumulation over here, which means that we are going to get a little bit more time to buy Bitcoin, to buy altcoins, to accumulate it between $56,300 to $57,150. If this bullish count is really the one, and it's very valid. So practically, the bull case is one more push up for BTC towards $64,000, and then more sideways choppiness, a dump towards $62,500 to $56,500 to $56,300, and then a run up back to $76,000, make new all-time highs, dump it back down to $67,000, make another new all-time highs to $78,000, and after that we finish the 5 waves. End of the total crypto market cap, I would say. End of the crypto market cap, total crypto market cap, 5 waves. We dump like this for a very interesting head and shoulder retest of 69, a little bit more accumulation happens sideways, and then we can dump like this. So practically speaking, that is going to be amazing. But overall, after this 5th wave, I do expect, I'm very confident about this move on the downside towards $37,000, guys, whether you like it or not. But in my view, I'm still more favorable on the hard-term time frame bear case scenario, as I mentioned, because that gives more confidence of BTC reaching to $400,000 plus dollars. Like a bigger accumulation leads to the bigger expansion. That's what I mean it actually. So that's what the plan that I have, bull case and bear case scenario for both BTC on midterm and hard term time frame. So that's what the plan for now. I have it, guys. USD dominance, yes, I mentioned, you know, our long is a little bit risky, and if I see that, you know, USD dominance flipping the green box or the green line of 5.64%, if it reclaimed the 5.64%, basically this green line, guys, here it is, this one, if it reclaim it, then I would be very, you know, happy to close my long positions, because it can do something like this. Yeah, it's just likely going to then do something like this, a retest, like sweep of the highs, rejection happens, dump back down like this, and one more push on an upside like this, and after that you can expect it to do something like this. So this is the very good scalp that I'm taking. Very high risk trade, but very worth it, because the risk reward is amazing and I'm gonna take it. So practically speaking, you know, even in this scenario, as I mentioned, my preferred case, as I mentioned, is the bear case. This is my most preferred scenario at this point. One more push up for the wave 5 and dump. So that's my scenario preferred one. The invalidation would be $64,000. Anything above 64,000, if we even close 64,000 above, which literally means that the market is going to pump up. Talking about the Ethereum, guys, a lot of people wants to know about Ethereum, but yes, my plan for Ethereum is still same. Why? Because I am seeing Ethereum as literally been doing, you know, wave 4 actually, because if you look at from the Fibs perspective, you would see that Ethereum, I mean, hardly reached, I would say, the 0.5 Fibonacci levels. Practically speaking, just look at here, look at this thing actually, the wave count that I have, you know, this is wave 1, this is wave 2, that's your wave 3 over here. I don't see truncation, guys. So this is A, B, and C. Maybe one more push up for the wave 4, and then you go for a wave 5. Even if you look at the 4 hours time frame, I really don't see any truncation over here. There is no truncation. There is simply, you know, A, B, C scenario for ETH as well. Maybe, you know, one more down like this, and maybe upside, or maybe the top might be in. This is your top, and we just simply gonna dump like this straight away, forms a head and shoulder, and you're going to be like a retest happening over here. Once it loses this line, you can say that Ethereum is going to dump back down to 766. I am looking to short Ethereum or hedge my everything. It's going to be around 2,700. It literally went to 2,700, as I mentioned on the last stream, guys. I'm very much interested in shorting it, and yes, I'm going to play my hedge as well. I still believe and still think from the price action perspective that ETH will sweep the lows, guys. From the price action perspective, yes, I would be very bullish only and only when ETH reclaims, you know, 2,811 to, I would say, even 2,898. So that's where, once it reclaims this equilibrium over here, once it reclaims this line, yes, I would be bullish. But till then, we don't reclaim, I still expect one more downside, because it goes with my wave count 5 waves. So that's the only plan I have for ETH, guys. The only levels you need to understand for ETH is $2,898 to $2,900. Once we reclaim it, the bottom is in for ETH, and we're just simply going to pump it back up to $4,650. But for now, I still stand with my analysis that one more down is missing. Not necessarily we can go to 1900 or 1800. We can go for truncation as well, something like this, like a double bottom, just a wick under this, and then we can run back up. This is also a possibility, and hence, you know, I'm not interested in touching ETH at all, nor I'm interested in touching alts at all. I'm more interested only in BTC. Very loud and clear, we can play good scalps in this, we can make money off it. Just take one trade at a time. I'm more interested in Bitcoin. If you really want to short Ethereum, your short, I will give, you know, I will give short hedge on ETH. I'm going to hedge my ETH that I have for the challenge trade, which will be around 2,750, and our stop loss would be around 2,950. That's what I'm going to trade. ETH 2x leverage, I'm going to play it, guys. So that's what the plan that I have for Solana, as I mentioned 2 days back as well, or sorry, 1 day back as well, on Friday, that yes, I'm bullish on Solana, guys, and the low term time frame plan for Solana is this. But even though we do have a lower term time frame plan. I mentioned that we are going to go to 159.6 to 159.9, and that's where you can literally short it, because I expect a retest. It needs to give me a little bit double bottom, or at least give me a retest of 133 to $130 would be nice. My best bet is it should give us a retest of 118. So I'm not gonna be literally buying anything over here for Solana. I would just give hard pass. Yes, I would buy Solana if it flips daily above 159.5, basically these levels. If it flips above 159.5, we can buy, but for now I really don't see a good daily closure or a daily acceptance above 159, because we closed one candle above, the second candle got a rejection. So practically speaking, I'm not interested in buying Solana. We need two daily closer or two consecutive close above. Till then, just have patience. I'm just waiting for this plan to play out. Okay, the most important part about the overall market direction is going to be dollar index, guys, where you should be knowing exactly what dollar index can or is likely going to expect, in my view. Guys, one more important part about the dollar index is, so far it has played very nicely, the lower harmonics and everything well. It just played. What I fail to understand sometimes is that how the external factors or external economical factors is going to impact the dollar index, because a lot of things are happening outside the US, in Middle East, in every part of the world, basically, for US. So what we might do, I'm expecting some sort of a wave B actually. So what might happen is, you got a 5 waves on the downside, so that's your some sort of a wave A. Wave B, not necessarily that we can have wave B as ABC. We can also have a wave B as a triangle. Possibility is always there, and then we can look for a downside for the wave C, something like this. So there are two possibilities for a dollar index, meaning that we can simply look for a triangle scenario over here for wave B. So practically speaking, this is wave A, this is wave B, wave C, this is wave D over here doing up, wave E, one more push up, and then dump like this for dollar index. So that's your bear case scenario for dollar DXY. For that, we should not be going back or breaking this trend line of 101.8 for the dollar index over here. So that's my ABC triangle that I have, which is a very valid triangle. We have seen this sort of triangle on Bitcoin as well. I'll show you a few minutes later. This is known as a triangle scenario, triangle ABC, as you can see here. So that's our triangle scenario for dollar index on the weekly time frame. You can see this here. So that's our triangle scenario for dollar index that we have. I think this triangle scenario is a very valid one, and this scenario also tells us that after ABC, not necessarily that C wave should go to 94. C wave can even go here as well. We just retest the trend line and maybe fake out, and after that we go for another bounce like this, accumulation AB, and then we go for C. Possibility is very, very high. So this is like ABC scenario. This is like one of the triangle scenario that I have, which is a very valid wave, ABC. The another scenario that I have is a very normal one, another ABC that I have, which means that this is your wave A over here. Your B is going to be the normal B, like a zigzag, and then you're going to go for a wave C like this, which means that this move on and upside was your intermediary wave A. We are likely going to see wave B over here, and then we're going to see wave C like this, practically speaking. So I'm just going to change color to green, the intermediary wave count, and I'm just going to make it micro. Okay, meaning that this is like a head and shoulder, a little bit push up like this. For here we sweep it down like this, or like a double bottom, and then we go up like this. So that's what the wave B looks like, and after that we dump. So even this is a very valid case for Bitcoin. That's a very interesting zigzag, alternative wave count zigzag. So in both the cases, you know, I'm expecting dollar index in the next few months. I'm expecting dollar index to dump to 94, 96. Something is wild is going to happen with the US economy. Actually, I don't know what's going to happen, but very wild the way dollar index is telling me, which means that gold and silver is going to make new all-time highs, and gold might even touch $3,000, guys. I'm very, very bullish on gold. If you're not bullish on gold, I don't know what you should be bullish on, but it's very, very bullish, especially gold and silver both actually. So let me just zigzag. Okay, so these are the two dollar index wave hard-term time frame wave count that I have over the weekly time frame. Don't ask me the lower term time frame, because normally the lower term time frame wave counts are very shit on the dollar index. Let's check Bitcoin dominance first before we deep dive into gold and silver. Bitcoin dominance, I still expect one more push up. My target is 58.5 to 59.11%. Only then I expect it to dump. So till then, I'm bullish, so I'm expecting one more push on an upside for dollar index. The volume is having a breakout. You can see today on the weekly time frame, we got a very big breakout on the volume. As you can see, you know, we got a Bitcoin dominance breakout with BTC breaking out, meaning that, you know, we still are strong. There is no sign of a reversal yet on the Bitcoin dominance, but yes, we are having a weekly bear divergence forming, as well as I mentioned previously as well, from here to here. So there is a weekly divergence. We are also going to 70% resistance levels for the RSI. Practically, you know, at this point we are going slowly and gradually going to the resistance. For now, I'm not interested in all. Still, it reaches my target levels of 58.5 to 59.11%. I think over the weekend, I am expecting BTC to give us that move on and upside the way I expected, towards 63,000, maybe even 64K, and reject. Else will just follow BTC. In case if, you know, a BTC pumps up, also are going to give us either similar returns or a little bit less returns. But if BTC dumps, also are going to go get wrecked. Actually, they're going to bleed very, very heavily in my view. So I would say just at this point, I don't see a reversal sign on lower term time frame for Bitcoin dominance yet. So I would say stay away from Bitcoin alternatives such as Ethereum, alts at this point, guys. Stay away from it at this point. Which also doesn't mean that every alts are going to underperform. No, there might be few alts who can outperform based on their price action, based on their movement of money inside, you know, or as an investor investing in those alts, basically, or maybe some news breaking out for those alts actually. But yeah, overall, I think the Bitcoin dominance is bullish. I'm still expecting a push up to 58.5 to 59.1, and that's where it's gonna give me some sort of a rejection. Okay. We checked dollar index. Let's check also INJ. A lot of people have requested me to check INJ. As I mentioned, you know, the red box is where I'm very much interested in INJ, and INJ went inside that red box, sweeping the lows around $14. I mentioned previously as well, I am still not bullish on INJ at this point, honestly speaking, guys. Why? Because if you see here, we got a massive dump. You got an ABC move on an upside. This is another ABC. So practically this can be wave 3, one more downside, a push up like this, and then I'm expecting it to do something like this. So practically speaking, you know, if I just have to draw the fibs, a very basic fibs from here to here, I would like to see INJ testing, you know, 1618 to 1414 Fibonacci levels. Practically speaking, $9 to $12 is what the minimum target for INJ would be in my view, and not guaranteed that it's going to give me the bounce the way I expect or like a bottom. But yeah, I would like to see one more downside like this for INJ towards $12 to $9, and from there give us a good bounce towards $20 or so actually, because it's going to form a very interesting very interesting 3-drive pattern like this. That's going to be a perfect 3-drive, you know. Yeah, so that's where I would be very interested in INJ like this, and it can give us a breakout then. So I think this is the pattern. In the bullish case scenario for INJ is still the range highs of 25.6. So now till we don't flip 25.3 to 25.5 levels on daily, we are bearish. The trend is bearish, guys. Trend is clearly bearish. Do not even touch it till we don't flip 25.3. Do not touch it actually, even if it's for an investment. Let's also check TIA USD chart. TIA is one of, you know, an alt that everybody expected it to pump it back up to $100. But if you look at the chart over here, I mean, let me just need a TIA chart which has more maybe data. Where can I get it? Yeah, I mean, this chart is perfect. But I mean, if you see here TIA, I mean, it's very difficult to say that whether it's just finished its whole cycle. Let's just check the logarithmic chart. The 786 Fibonacci level is going to be our bottom for TIA. So let's just find 786 and 886. Perfect. But if you look at from a perspective, I think we got a very interesting irregular expanded flat, meaning we go here. Yeah, we can expect TIA to do something like this, $8 from here further down like this. So that's what my plan for TIA, ladies and gentlemen. If you really want TIA to run back up, you want TIA to flip this. You want these levels to be flipped. So till we don't flip, I expect TIA to do something like this, fam. So yeah, it is bullish on the lower term time frame, my friend. Very bullish. I'm still expecting it to pump it back up to $7.8 to $8. You can literally buy and take profits over there and just wait for it to further go down to 3.6, maybe even $3. But yeah, that's what I expect for TIA. Let's check WU USD perhaps, guys. I was very much interested in WU, but long term I'm still expecting WU to go towards, you know, my target of it should go towards maybe somewhere close to $3 to $4 minimum. Can even go to $10 as well, double digit. But for now, it's bearish. And what I can see and sense over here from WU time, you know, price action is that, you know, this is some sort of a you know, wave 1, wave 2, wave 3 over here, wave 4. It's like it's a very interesting ABC pattern formed actually. Very interesting ABC and a very interesting diagonal, as you can see here, with the low volume push up. Like this, a very good diagonal over here. So practically speaking, whatever we are seeing right now for WU is like wave 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's your wave 3. The bottom might be in. We go for like a double bottom sort of a thing for WU. Pump it up back up towards 0.2 to 0.21 and further down to sweep the lows, make new lows is what I expect for WU to do actually. Practically till, because you know, we have literally been under fire. We have been you know, we have been losing, or we have lost the support of 0.246. Very clearly we have lost it, which means it's bearish. Also, you know, you really need to re-establish another support levels that we held, after which we pumped up back, which means that 19.6 is lost. Another big blow to WU, and then we have last support levels of 0.15 cents, meaning that if, you know, 0.15 is held as support, you can expect 19.6, and I expect 19.6 to reject heavily, to bring it back down, to smash the lows. Basically we have a very strong equal lows, guys, and these equal lows are not safe. You know, we did not sweep it, so these equal lows are strong. I expect WU to, you know, sweep it unless it has swept. So this was 10064. Let me check it. 10064. 1014, so 10064. So basically we haven't swept the lows actually. You can see here we haven't swept it. We still have a very strong equal lows, guys. This is not safe. This is not safe. We're gonna dump it back down there, sweeping the lows. So very bearish, guys, very bearish. Yeah, you can expect a pump up to 19.6 to 20 cents, but that's it. You can further expect it to dump down to under 10 cents in the next few months actually. So that's what the plan that I have for overall market, guys, and let's see how things plays out. Weekend, I'm expecting a little bit less volatility. Yeah, its fundamental is good, but when you see, you need to, this is crypto, guys. Crypto, I'm telling you again, one of my our colleague or one of our members, Ajay, who also look projects is fundamentals and based on, so we had a lot of, he was having a very good healthy argument, actually very very healthy, that why are we not relying on fundamentals and look for price, why can't we determine the price, because these are crypto projects, guys. These are not some companies having book value, having profit and loss statements, having intrinsic value, having assets, liabilities. No, they don't have anything. I mean, they don't even keep their books clean, actually. So how can you derive any sort of a valuation? There is no practical way of valuing any crypto projects. Whosoever tell you there is a way of valuing crypto project, it's all shit. For example, what if BTC don't have any adoption, even though it's a world-class best asset in the world, but what if it's don't have any adoption? Practically it's of no use. I mean, there is no fundamental, even if the fundamentals are strong, I mean, there is practically no use, because if it's not getting acceptance, which means that all these fundamentals are not really make sense to me, actually. Yes, what it makes sense to me, that the fundamentals should be the first step. It should be good, the project should be good, the team should be good. It should not be a rock sort of thing. The team should be working behind the scenes. For example, I have been known one of the best team that I have seen so far since 2017, and which is Ripple. Ripple is the company which is, so even though XRP is shitcoin, but you just imagine Ripple, that company is, after going through this big lawsuit, it's still standing strong, having a good valuation, having a good investors, generating good revenue of more than 100 million a year. I mean, that company is making money, actually. Basically the fundamentals are good, even though the crypto project might not be good, but the fundamentals are good. So fundamental is the basic. You need a good fundamentals, but then everything else depends on the technical analysis, guys. If, for example, my Bitcoin plan, the midterm plan don't play out, which means that my analysis was not correct. It doesn't mean I cannot say that, hey, Biden announced this and the plan did not play out. No, that's what the CT does every time. They find someone to blame, actually. If their plan don't play out, there was a news, the CPI came hot and the plan did not play it out. No, that is never gonna play out, my friends. I believe, and I am very strong in my belief that, very very strong in my belief that if my plan don't play out, which means that my analysis was not on the point or was not correct this time. That's a very simple, basically the news and everything else is just going to push your plan, in a faster way. Basically, it just pushes the plan faster. It just gives boost to the volume. That's it. It just pushes your plan. It don't make any tea, actually. It don't. Never. For the it also goes with the assets, like stock markets, bonds. The news never make it, guys. Never make it. So that's my thought. That's how I play it. If something don't play out, which means that my TA is wrong, I won't be blaming on anything else. I won't be blaming on any news, anything. No, this don't play out, which means that our analysis was somewhere incorrect. That's it. That's what I would say. So let's look to gold, guys, because I'm very much interested in gold, and I mentioned I have bought gold, guys, few days back. This was the analysis. I mentioned, I've bought it very very heavily around 2,380. I mentioned twice, guys, you should be buying it. I mentioned on the Twitter as well that you should be buying it. People were just killing me for buying the gold, but hey, gold is going to pump to 2,560 minimum, and my target for the gold is 2,600, 2,620 is where we can see a very big hard rejection on gold. So practically speaking, ladies and gentlemen, gold is bullish. So we already made good on gold, guys. You see almost around 2% up on gold, or 2.5%, which is like 215 bips. I'm bullish on gold, expecting something more bullish. Let's go to the silver as well. If you look at the silver is a little bit odd over here. even though it is not looking that bullish versus gold, I'm still, I've sold all my silver at 32.1. As I mentioned, that was my primary target for silver, and I would like to rebuy silver around here basically. So what I can expect from silver is a little bit underperforming, one more down like this, sweep the lows and push it up towards 29.9, forming head and shoulder, and dump back down to retest the $23, and after that push up. Why? Because silver form a very good diagonal. Actually, that's a clean diagonal. I mean, I can see, even a blind can see the diagonal actually. Yeah, it's a very, very clean diagonal, which I won't be ignoring it. Now this diagonal can be anything, this can be ABC, whatever, but this is, I don't want to ignore it. The alternative bullish case for the silver is, in case if gold go nuts, in case if in the next 2 days if Iran is attacking Israel and we go for a big war, then silver is going to do something like this. It's going to just pump it back up to 34.7, dump it back down to retest the 27, and then further run it back up. So this is the war case scenario that we can have for silver and as well as gold actually. And I'm very much bullish. Remember, whenever the war happens, gold and silver go nuts. You can literally get 10% move on an upside for gold minimum. Silver you can get somewhere around 4 to 5%, but yeah, 4 to 5% is not bad, playing with silver actually. But I'm not into silver. I've bought a good gold spot, physical gold actually, as well as the digital gold. I have bought it around 2,397, 2,398, 2,380, 2,379. So yeah, I'm these are the two comps that I have for silver at this point, but gold I'm very much bullish on it. So that's all what I have for today's stream, guys. I hope you loved it. Please press the like button, guys. Almost 70 members are there on this stream and viewing it. Please like and share it, guys. And also my sincere apologies, whatever the stream schedule I have set it, we are going to follow it. So today I already did my stream over here. Let's go what we have for today. Another stream, the another stream that we will have it today would be, let me just check it. The stream schedule, yeah. So today is Saturday. Yeah, I already did my market update today. So we're gonna have another stream in the evening around 6 p.m. Dubai time. So we can have scalping session. Let's see whatever we can scalp. So far now we have already took the scalp, but we are just gonna have another stream as well in the evening, guys. So thanks a lot for watching, for tuning in. If you have any queries, just ping me, guys. I'm here. And tomorrow I won't be available, guys. Wanna take a little bit more rest, as my doctor have mentioned me. So yep. So that's all. That's all what I have. If you have any requests for charts or anything, just go to the chart request under the Discord, and I'm just gonna update every damn thing over there. So that's it. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. Take care.